With the passage of a resolution at the VFW National Convention in St. Louis in 2014, our members spoke loud and clear on our support to construct a national memorial dedicated to those who served in Operation Desert Storm and Operation Desert Shield. We then backed up that support with a $500,000 pledge to that project, making us the first veteran service. Yeah. And that $500,000 pledge made us the first veteran service organization to financially support this worthy project. And we should all be pleased that earlier this year, the President signed Senate Joint Resolution 1, approving the location of a memorial to commemorate and honor the service of America's Operation Desert Storm and Operation Desert Shield veterans on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Our next guest has played a key role in charge to ensure the bravery, sacrifice, and legacy of the more than 600,000 men and women who served, and the 383 who paid the ultimate sacrifice continues to live on. Here today to provide us with a progress update and talk more about the memorial, please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Young, also a VFW member of Post 738 in Des Moines, Iowa. Iowa's in the House, and the Public Relations Vice Chair and member of the National Board of Directors for the National Desert Storm Veterans War Memorial. Michael.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Good morning. You have to excuse me, I'm an AV technician by trade, so I'm used to being behind the stage, not on front. Thank you very much for the kind introduction. On behalf of the board, volunteers of the National Desert Storm War Memorial Association, our CEO, Scott Stump, thank you for the opportunity to be here this morning and to update you on the status of the Desert Storm Memorial. It is an honor to be here today to represent my post 738 from Des Moines, Iowa, and also the National Desert Storm War Memorial Association. We have made tremendous progress since Scott was here before you last year, and we are on track with our efforts like never before. Since January, the U.S. Congress voted to authorize Area 1 designation, and President Trump signed the law on March 31st. Since May, we've been before a handful of National Park Service boards and commissions, and we have narrowed our selection down to 2 sites. May 16th, the National Capital Memorial Advisory Commission gave approval for us to move forward with 2 sites, and the National Capital Planning Commission on July 13th concurred with NACMAC's findings. In the next few months, we expect decisions from the NCPC and the Commission of Fine Arts to move forward with our 2 sites by the end of this summer in 2017. The memorial design is expected to be completed by summer of next year, 2018, with our projected groundbreaking to be in 2020, and for the memorial to be dedicated for the 30th anniversary of Desert Shield and Desert Storm on 2021. Yes. As you can see by this slide, we have 2 current locations under review. The 2 sites are on opposite sides of the Potomac River, and they are terrific locations for our memorial. All indications are leaning towards our preferred site at 23rd and Constitution, 2 blocks from the Vietnam Wall and near the very impressive Lincoln Memorial. As you can imagine, building a national memorial is no small task. Our current estimates are at $25 million. I want to thank the VFW National for their incredible financial backing and support over the past 2 years. Your commitment of $500,000 over 5 years has been vital to keeping our volunteer efforts moving forward. Thank you. As you can see in this slide, we're also receiving support from other VSOs. This past May, the Grand Ole Opry hosted a red carpet concert salute to Desert Storm veterans led by Trace Atkins and Charlie Daniels, among others. Middle schools in Texas are working on a challenge to see who can raise the most money between schools this coming school year, and we are receiving support from other key veterans groups and leaders like 7th Corps Commander General Fred Franks. Desert Storm veterans have marched and participated in the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. the last 2 years, as well as the New York City Veterans Day Parade last year, to continue to raise awareness and support for their memorial. Corporate support is beginning to come in, most notably from Flying J and Pilot Company, donating $100,000 and setting up a donation site to support us. Even with all this, we still need your help to spread the word, contact the media, and to volunteer. Not just veterans of Desert Storm, but veterans of all conflicts are welcome. Like me, I'm a Marine Corps veteran of the conflict in Somalia, Operation Restore Hope. Other volunteers have served in Vietnam, Panama, the Gulf War, and terrorism. Some of our veteran volunteers never left our nation and supported it from home. They all believe in this mission to see veterans of Desert Shield and Desert Storm honored and remembered for their efforts in this invaluable cause. Networking. We have all been doing it the past few days. We need your help to help us with fundraising events, corporate outreach, and talking to your friends and family to help raise support and funds. I'd like to offer this challenge. I would like to all post to consider making a donation. My post, 738, donated within their means, $250. The Arthur W. Jones post of West Fargo, North Dakota, donated $10,000. Please, yes, they just, yeah. Please consider a motion at your next post meeting to make a donation within your post means. Every little bit helps towards our end goal of building this memorial. Sponsor a spaghetti dinner, a bingo event, or some other kind of charity event. We're happy to help you provide some merchandise support to help with silent auctions. The opportunity is here to help and assist with this, and every post is able to assist us with this. That is your challenge. Thank you to all of you that have stopped by our booth and talked with us to see what we are doing. We have enjoyed talking with you and hearing your stories. Many of them, as you can imagine, are powerful and very inspiring. We have a battle map in our booth, and it's been amazing to see veterans come up and say, hey, this is where I was, and I was with the 24th ID, and we did that left hook, which, as you know, that's the motivation for our design of our memorial. It's a very exciting time in our association's efforts, and we are very thankful to our fellow VFW members for your support you have and continue to give us. Thank you very much. I'd like to leave you with this incredible video that explains why now is the time.
It's a confused war. People tend to confuse the fact that there have been multiple conflicts in this same geographic area. They tend to blend together in everyone's minds as one conflict, one big war on terror. But this one was separate and distinct.
Saddam Hussein in Iraq invaded Kuwait, which had the potential to upset the global economy because of the flow of oil around the world. If you study that war, the people who would look at that was almost textbook, because everybody came together, this is the mission, this is what we're going to do, and then we're going to go home. And it actually executed that way also.
We just got a letter one day that said they needed helicopter refuelers and he had to come. We didn't think he'd be there long. He had already done his 4 years in the Army. He was actually only there 5 days before the Scud missile attacked the barracks and he was killed.
Everybody who's ever been in that situation always thinks on some level they're but for the grace of God. Go on.
America needs to remember what we did. It was America at its finest hour.
let them know that their children are not forgotten, that we want to honor sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, everyone that was there.
As an architect, you think, how can you possibly conceive of a design fitting enough to honor 383 lost lives? They don't teach you that in architecture school. That's why we went to the veterans, to get their input, to find what they thought was right for the design. The enveloping curved wall has many important functions. It has the important symbolic function of representing the left hook maneuver that shortened the war. The curved wall also encloses a space to keep out surrounding noise so we can create a somber and appropriately meditative memorial experience within.
I think everyone who lost a family member over there would appreciate that and be honored by this memorial.
That'll be meaningful beyond belief, really. That they have a place to go where the country appreciated the sacrifice of their sons and daughters. It'll be remarkable. It'll be calming for them, I think. A sense of a little bit more sense of closure, that the country recognized their efforts. I think that's what that will be, and I hope I'm there that opening day.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.
As a VFW member and as a Desert Shield, Desert Storm veteran, I thank you, and I'm incredibly proud of this organization because we led the way.